Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm just back with some more daily numerology. Today is January 31st, 2023, and we are at the end of this January, this first month of this 2023, a month of karma, a month of busyness, but trying to overview our 7-year, right? But tomorrow we turn the corner into a 9 vibration, and this 9 vibration really brings things to a conclusion. And we're repeating December, but in a different kind of way. And then March, we get to take off into things really start to take a turn for the better. There's a lot of things between these last 2 months that good karma came in and conclusions and charity next month, but it kind of brings all of the changes and transformation that has happened and kind of brings it to this closure place, really letting the things that have happened be in the past and, moving on into March, which is great. And I heard something yesterday, a quote, or I read a quote on Instagram or something, and I really, really liked it. The present is now. Everything else is a memory or imagination. And that's a really good quote to stay in our present moment and to remember that and kind of believe, and not kind of, but believe that, because it's the truth. You know what I mean? We already know where we've been. We don't know where we're going. So the only thing that is in the reality is right now. The only thing that we know is right now. So that kind of helps us kind of move forward. You know what I mean? Kind of take our moment to moment a little bit easier. And the number vibrations just kind of are giving us some insight and some structure as we move through those moments, right? Okay, so on this inner world today, we have a 31 that reduces down to a 4, okay? And 31 it's about practicality. It's about good things coming, but using discretion and building some sort of earthly foundation. The number 4 represents earth as an element, which is about our stability, and our foundation. Earth is what is which we stand on, okay? And so that says a lot about the earthly plane in this 31. So the 4 is really good when it comes to terms, as far as ideas and businesses are concerned. We can really take this vibration and we can take it and hopefully do something that aids in that foundation, that aids in that solid structure, okay? But in this 31-4, we're going to take a little bit of a turn because we were talking about home yesterday and the places that make us feel home, or people that make us feel home and make us feel that unconditional love and that support that we need. So with that, some of us may be going through some really in-depth thoughts and processes about the nature of our parental relationships, okay? There may be a lot coming up at this time. This is kind of coming off the track a little bit, but it goes back to that home and that celebration feeling, okay? Where you know the people that make you feel that way, and maybe some of us don't have that with our parental energy, or had that with our parental energy. So in this structure today, the way that we make our foundation even more solid moving forward, and in any relationship or business, okay, is we have to heal inner wounds going all the way back to being a child. When we do this creates a better foundation on which we walk. It changes our perception, okay? And so this earthly 4 wants you to really communicate. And whether your parents are here or they're not, we can still communicate with them and communicate this energy, communicate how we feel, communicate what hurt us, communicate what we thought was lacking. And as we do that, we take the steps towards forgiveness. You don't have to forget, but forgiving is essential to your being free, to your being feeling joy. Forgiveness is the bridge to those things. Because when we hold on to being angry. And we hold on to those feelings. They keep us in a lower vibration. They don't let us expand. Okay? And it's exploring the nature of these parental relationships, whoever the parent is for you. Communicating, leading into forgiveness, okay? Really helps bring you into a spiritual partnership with yourself, because you're freeing yourself of these things and letting go. I know that this isn't like a one-day thing, mind you, but today can start that path to that forgiveness through that communication, which helps the spiritual partnership within ourselves, help us unconditionally love ourselves, especially going and facing those parental issues from when we were a child and stepping forward into that forgiveness. And what that does is it contributes to this earthly bound for stability, right? These are the parents on this earth that gave birth to us, made us, we're here because of them. And even if it's not through that actual birth, if it's a parental unit, they still took us and guided us, okay? And made mistakes. No doubt. Some much more than others. But we chose these people because we chose them so that they could guide us into the place so that we could learn, you know what I mean? And learn more about ourselves and really get back to who we are. Some parental units trigger those things so that we can get back to it. But what it does is this path puts down the solid foundation to you in any relationship and any business going forward, because you're solid. This helps heal inner wounds that allow you to be free, allow you to think clearly, and allow you to connect to the own spiritual partnership within yourself. And then on the outside, we have this 12-3, right? And this 12-3, this particular one is always about stop looking and listening. It's the idea of the manifestation of retreat for yourself. Because when we retreat, this retreat is reflecting back on us. The retreat is reflecting back to take the moment to reflect, communicate, and forgive. That stop, look, listen allows us to see what exactly where the pain, where the core comes from, allows us to, it reflects back to communicate that. The 3 because when we retreat, what happens is we empower within ourselves. We become empowered when we reflect and retreat and get the answers that we're looking for. And signs come through all around us when we get empowered, we reflect, we understand. Signs come up all around us to say, hey, you sought the answer to that. You sought it. We're going to give you the sign that verifies where you're at. Because that's what happens when we reflect and retreat and get empowered. The signs start coming and showing themselves to us all over the place. And all of that is reflecting on the idea of saying, hey, I'm going to fix my structure underneath which I stand, where I ground myself, how I ground myself, being connected to this earth by looking at my parental relationships in my life. Reflecting the 3, reflecting on stop looking and listening and understand maybe where the core of that is. And then communicating and forgiving, because it brings us closer to our own spiritual partnership, the own source within ourselves. That allows us to be free and allows us to go on to a new beginning, a new journey of being transformed, and allows us to walk on a solid ground to our dreams coming true. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing Tuesday, a fucking amazing Tuesday, actually. And I hope that this helps. This may not be the collective for everybody, but I feel like it's strong for most. So I wish you love and support in this, because a lot of things could come up. the parental relationships goes back to our inner childhood wounds and our core. And it can be painful and it can be hard, but I think the energy is supporting us to be able to do this with ease and grace and love. And when you need to cry, cry. I did it this morning. I woke up, I don't even know. I can't really pinpoint it, to be honest. I woke up and just was sad. And I cried for like 20 minutes. I got it out. I ate some food, I exercised, I meditated, got myself in a better place, came to work, which is always helpful. But yeah, I'm there too. And it's something I'm going to do today because I have my own things that need to be worked on. And I've been working on them for a long time, but it's time to take a next step into what's new. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a fucking amazing Tuesday. And I'll see you tomorrow.